Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Shifts and Pucks News Pack for Tuesday, February 17th. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, the Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks as well. And of course, subscribe to wherever you get your audio as we go through the news of the hockey news of the day for Tuesday, February 17th. And of course, hard not to forget about last night, early this morning, depending on where you're at. Canada captures gold on the strength of 2 goals from Marie-Philippe Poulin, who has scored in every gold medal game as Canada defeated the U.S. 3-2. Poulin gets the winning goal, and Sarah Nurse got the other one for the Canadians. Amanda Kessel and Hillary Knight scoring for the U.S. And an exciting game, and it drew over 2.88 million Canadians watched the game. In English Canada, we're still waiting on some other final numbers there in terms of that. But it is uh, it's looking like about 1.377, 2.088 million Canadians right now is the number. We're still waiting on some final numbers, but a good night for hockey overall, and capped off by a fun game from both sides, putting in a great effort. But Canada coming away with the 3-2 victory. Of course, last night was also the debut of Jack Eichel. However, the Colorado Avalanche came away with the 2-0 victory in Eichel's debut. The Vegas Golden Knights are now 3 points behind the Flames in the standings and are been shut out in back-to-back games. So that was a significant, one of the other significant notes as well. Let's go through the games tonight. We'll start with there are a total of 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. The Vancouver Canucks are playing the San Jose Sharks tonight. This is their first game in here of this week for the Vancouver Canucks. Quinn Hughes is expected to be back in the lineup tonight, paired with Luke Shen is the expectation of that pairing. And but coming into the game, the Canucks have plucked their way back into a not like or getting close to not close to a playoff spot, but they're only 5 points behind right now with 50 points as they come in with a record of their record coming in is 22, 21, and 6, and sitting in the out of the playoff position as the second wild card position is currently being held in the Western Conference by the Los Angeles Kings at 55 points, and that's on strength of games in hand with Anaheim. So Vancouver's tied with Winnipeg with 50 points. The Jets have 2 games in hand, and the Sharks are 22, 21, and 4. But however, they've lost 4 in a row and are 7 points back of a playoff spot. And there, and just in terms of that game's at 7:30 Pacific and 10:30 Eastern, and no other lineup notes that I can see as of yet for that, but that's one game. Let's start with what's expected here overall. Washington will take on the Flyers. The Capitals are sitting right now in that second wild card position. They continue to do that with 63 points. The Flyers are at 39 points. And Claude Giroux spoke to the media today or yesterday in terms of how his future is going. So we'll have to see about that. His name continues to be connected with Colorado, Florida, and a couple of other teams as one of the top targets for the trade deadline that's coming up on March the 21st. The Detroit Red Wings are taking on the New York Rangers. The Red Wings are sort of sneaking in here a little bit. They did lose their last game, but they are 8 points back of Boston for that second wild card spot. So if they keep winning, who knows? The Rangers are in third place in the Metropolitan Division with 66 points. Pittsburgh Penguins, fresh off Sidney Crosby getting his 500th goal against those Philadelphia Flyers, are taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. and they're back. Toronto's back from a road trip out west. Pittsburgh, of course, is in first in the Metropolitan Division with 70 points. The Leafs are sitting at 65 points, third place in the Atlantic. The St. Louis Blues are in Montreal to take on the Canadiens. The Blues are in third place in the Central Division at 61 points. They're on a 2-game winning streak. The Canadiens have lost 10 in a row. And Ottawa is taking on Buffalo. Ottawa is at 38 points, second last in the East. The Buffalo Sabres at 40 points, and they've won 2 in a row there. And we've got the Boston Bruins, as mentioned, taking on the New York Islanders. Islanders 18 points back, but have 4 games in hand. They've also lost 3 in a row. You got the Seattle Kraken in Winnipeg. Winnipeg had a natural hat trick from Mark Scheifele last night, and they're hanging in that playoff race at 21, 18, and 8 with 50 points. They're 5 points back there. And we also got the Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. The Blue Jackets are Blue Jackets just finished up. They got beat by Calgary on Tuesday. They're 11 points out of a playoff spot. Chicago, of course, some rumors about Marc-Andre Fleury and what's going on there. 43 points, 15 out of or 12 out of a playoff spot. Interesting note today from Elliot Friedman in terms of a name that has come up here about Teresa Resch, who was interviewed this week by the Chicago Blackhawks. She is involved with the Toronto Raptors as VP of basketball ops, so that could be an interesting move that happens there. And in Chicago and Anaheim, fresh off a 6-2 loss against the Calgary Flames last night, take on the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers are sitting in third place with 55 points. The Ducks are tied with 55 points. So this is a significant game. Jake Woodcroft still has not lost as head coach as the Oilers. The Ducks have lost 3 in a row. The Oilers have won 3 in a row. And so probably a significant game in terms of standings between the Ducks and the Oilers there. We'll touch on some news from the Flames. Adam Ruzicka, he had a penalty in the first period, was initially called as a 4-minute, ended up being a double minor, or ended up being a minor, but he was fined $2,004.17 for elbowing Kevin Shattenkirk. That money will go to the players' emergency assistance fund. To touch on also some other news here in terms of lineup, we mentioned Quinn Hughes. Patrice Bergeron's expected to be back against the New York Islanders. Drake Caggiula for the Buffalo Sabres will be out for the year as well. He has a herniated disc in his neck. Josh Bailey, day-to-day, because of an upper body injury, will not play against the Bruins tonight as well. Thomas Chabot is expected to return at some point this week for the Ottawa Senators. He has an upper body injury. Matt Dumba will be out longer than day-to-day for the Wild. That could be a significant injury there as well. Some news on the World Juniors and going on there. That is, as of course, remember it was postponed, but the World Juniors are expected to be played this summer in August. No official date has been given. It is expected to be in Edmonton, and so that and then lineups are expected in general to be the same for that. There was some other news going on in terms of notes there, as there were some other announcements from Luke Tardif as well in terms of the other international news. As we will just pull that up there. There we go. And so it looks like the schedule for some international competitions going further here looks a bit like this NHL draft is expected to go July 6th and 7th. Development camps will go the second half of July. World Juniors sometime in August. Holinka Gretzky sometime in August. NHL junior camps open late August. NHL camps open mid-September. And it's so that is expected to be a pretty intense summer going on there. Also wanted to touch on Jack Rathbone before we get into some junior news. He suffered a very significant injury from the last night for the Abbotsford Canucks in a game against Bakersfield. Play was stopped for 13 minutes. He was stretchered off the ice, and he, according to the Abbotsford Canucks tweet they sent, Jack was alert and responsive before being taken to a local hospital following a hit that occurred during last night's game at Bakersfield. Jack was discharged from the hospital last night, and after being thoroughly assessed by physicians, he is expected to travel with the team today to Colorado. So that's some good news there. Hopefully, all the best to Jack Rathbone. Some WHL news to touch on, as well as Vancouver Giants have had some games postponed, but they were able to put them into their schedule here as the new dates here. According to some of their games, they've got the updated games. The Kelowna game that was postponed from January 7th will be on April the 9th. The postponed game January 8th in Kamloops is April 16th. The home date Portland January 9th, April 8th. Home date versus Kelowna that was January 2nd, April 15th. February 6th versus Seattle that was moved to April 13th, and then February 9th at Kelowna, April the 10th. So still those 6 games have been put back into the Giants' schedule, affecting the Rockets as well. And in terms of other games that were postponed and rejigged in the WHL schedule, they've done that as well. And the WHL Championship is scheduled to go Friday, June 3rd to Tuesday, June 14th. And the playoffs will begin in the Western Hockey League Friday, April the 22nd. And then the Memorial Cup will be contested from Monday, June 20th to Wednesday, June 29th in St. John, New Brunswick. So that captures all of the news for today for our Shifts and Pucks news pack for Wednesday, February 17th. Follow all of us individually on Twitter. We've got Sean at BeardyCanuck03, Tyler TNOBLE, Krisha Schneid's SCHNEIDZ, Devin Gordhouse09, I am KEVOLE. And of course, we remind you also we have a special announcement on Family Day, Monday, February 21st. We are live with Sean Warren from Area 51. He has an announcement on the Sports Network. He's going to present that on our podcast, and then we will go on to be podcasting about the Canucks that day. So keep an eye out for that. We've also got our poll question out about who's the favorite in the Pacific Division, the Flames or the Golden Knights. I posted that pod clip about that. And so keep retweeting that and check out our Word of the Week, which is in Monday and Wednesday's episodes as well. Thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. We'll talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.